All right, so hello everyone. I'm Hervé Deviat, CEO and founder of Keopass. So I'm a computer engineer and serial entrepreneur with 25 years of experience. Among those, 7 years in the US. Notably, I was an iPod co-developer with Tony Fadell at Apple and streaming MP3 pioneer and inventor of the first internet radio receiver. So the Keopass project has been built by a team of 7 talented people since 5 years, all self-funded in Brittany, France. So Keopass has already won numerous awards, such as top 5 cybersecurity startup at CES and laureate of the French IoT startup competition. So our current advisors come from cybersecurity, physical security, and embedded electronics. So I'll start with a few facts. So most people still can create and remember complex passwords and generally use easy to hack credentials. In enterprises, password renewal cost is as high as $250 per user per year in IT hotline. And on the dark side, as we saw earlier, cyber attacks have increased threefold last year, costing millions of dollars. And passwords are often an easy path to breaches. Actually, multiple studies shows that 80% of cyber attacks are caused by human failures or negligences, especially through phishing or social engineering. And meanwhile, as we saw earlier as well, remote working is expanding, especially because of the pandemics, and exposing enterprise data to even more cyber attacks. Similar issues can also affect physical security of sensitive sites. Indeed, a conventional badge can be stolen or used by someone else than its owner. So the existing authentication solutions are often complex to deploy and use, and they are mostly targeting tech-savvy staff. And software security solutions can be hacked, especially on smartphones that are prone to malware. So security apps are usually delusive. So our vision at Keopass is to free the user from the password burden, facilitate GDPR and NIST conformity, and increase logical and physical security by simplifying the use of complex passwords and ensuring frictionless multi-factor personal authentication thanks to biometrics on standalone devices without a modification to existing infrastructure. So our first product is the Universal Biometric Key. So here it is. It is a standalone personal biometric authenticator in a wireless key fob for both physical access control, so badge replacement, and logical access control, so password typing, that works with any connected device and any application or service without any software installation or modification. So the Keopass key is a convergence product between a biometric badge and a standalone passwords manager, all in a key fob. So it is totally agnostic, which means it works with any device from smartphone to computers and RFID readers. It is OS independent, so it's cross-ecosystem. And it works with no driver or app installation, no server-side API or SDK to integrate, no modification to IT or security infrastructure. So it is modular because both hardware and firmware are customized for optimized security and ease of use for each customer. It is adaptable, so it has multiple wired and wireless connectivity, such as USB, BLE, NFC, RFID. It is standalone with easy deployment, notably self-user enrollment on any web browser, and ultra secure as it integrates best-in-class capacitive fingerprint reader. So what makes the biometric key unique? First, it's built-in fingerprint analysis with 13 points of biometrics compared to 2 or 3 in smartphones or computers. It is secure by design because it is a standalone OS-free state machine, internet-free, hence virus and malware-proof, and it's all built in a tamper-proof enclosure with memory erase if it is opened. It has a true random password generator associated to each fingerprint. It has an optional OTP generation with built-in unique ID that is stored on the blockchain to guarantee authenticity. And it has also a URL checking website password manager against credential phishing attacks. Plus, it replaces RFID badges by fingerprints, enabled by fingerprint validation. So there are multiple use case scenario. First, you can enter a building using your fingerprints with the key, then logging on your computer, securing VPN, AD, SSO access, application and website logins, secure printing and copying, and automatic logout when you leave your desk. So our primary competitors are FIDO key makers such as Yubico and Fetian. Some of the main players also in the access management are companies like IDEMIA, HID, Thales, RSA, to name a few. Some other competitors are software password managers such as Dashlane, LogMeIn, and 1Password. On the partner side, single sign-on and IAM solutions providers such as Okta and ForgeRock, as well as software VPN solutions, complement our offering on the IT side. And the Keopass key can help secure cloud storage and crypto wallets such as Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance. And finally, RFID and NFC access control solution providers complement our biometric badge offering. So our main advantages towards competition are universality, simplicity, and simplicity of deployment and use. So unlike most competitors, Keopass integrates both IT and physical access control with biometric security and wireless plus wired connectivity versus usually single channel connectivity. Also, so we are agnostic and cross ecosystem versus solutions that are tied to specific ecosystem or API. And it's really simple to deploy because it doesn't require a driver app or API versus complex deployments such as backend modification, API, app, or driver for competing solutions. It is simple to use because it can be used by anyone, and it's not for tech-savvy staff. So Keopass also is more secure than its competitors because of the built-in fingerprint analysis, and also because it is standalone and offline. So unlike computers and smartphones, biometric data are protected inside the key, as it never leave the key, and passwords are not stored on a cloud server, unlike software password managers, but they stay with you protected by your fingerprints. And Keopass is not impacted by GDPR nor biometric regulations, as we do not collect any personal data. And finally, we offer customization services that competitors don't. So current price are between $75 and $200, which is in the same ballpark as high-end FIDO keys. It is subscription-less, unlike software password managers, so the users are not locked in. So regarding the markets, so it's the identity, password management, and access control markets are huge. They quoted over $10 billion, and they are still growing. Plus, our solution applies to all sectors, whether public or private. So it's really wide. Plus, also we will be targeting the mass market soon. So our current business model is B2B. So it's primarily based on the volume sales of the key, along with hardware and firmware customization, plus maintenance and renewal plans, with an overall 70% gross margin. So we are targeting companies from all sectors, as well as public entities, mostly as direct sales for large groups and through distributors and partners for SMBs. We will also, as I said, target the general consumer market soon through retail chains. So Keopass is actively promoting its products on international trade shows such as CES, Vivatech, and FIC in Europe towards IT professionals and CISO specifically. Keopass has already won a good press coverage on mainstream and specialist media and will continue to spread the word. So after 5 years of self-funded R&D with fully owned IP and 2 years of POCs, especially with big groups, we have launched our commercial offer by the end of 2019, and we already have some tractions with more than 400 end customers and thousands of keys in use, among them 6 large corporations in France and OEM sales through SaaS platform integrators. And we have a business that is already profitable. So we are looking for 800K seed for 10% equity to ramp up volume production and lower the unit cost. We'll assemble keys in our own secure location in France, including file and QC. We'll recruit sales rep for B2B markets and build strategic partnerships with B2C distributors. And also we want to access the US market. So we are targeting 50 million revenues within 5 years and acquisition exit. And of course, we want to help relieve the password burden for everyone. Thank you. Any questions?
So, yeah, so you passed the 10 minutes, we already at 11 minutes, so just FYI, so we won't have a lot of time, but anybody want to start?
Sure.
Yeah.
I would be interested, Virgil here. I would be interested in the revenues, your actual revenues.
Our actual revenues is 150K at this point.
150K per year, last year, this year?
This year. Last year, I mean, last year.
You mean 2020?
2020, during the pandemic.
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
Okay, and what would the revenues come in for 2021?
I don't have the figures yet. Well, it's been a bit slower because of it's been hard to show. First of all, most of the trade shows have been cancelled, so we couldn't really talk to new customers in last year. So it's been slowing down a little bit, but I'm sure we'll pick up more this year.
Sure. Just a quick thought on this. I think the investors would love more transparency on this end regarding revenues.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
This is a niche market.
What is the revenue?
Right now, last year was 150K.
This is a niche market. Who's your primary customer base so far?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's really a niche market because it's all sectors. Our customers from the agricultural to the military. We have also
out of the 150K
from energy.
Out of the 150K you've gotten so far, who are the major buyers?
The major buyers are from the energy. So we have the main energy provider, electricity provider in France, so EDF. We have also the French railway system. We have also the GRT gas, which is the energy also facility for gas transportation. We have defense company, the French Post. So yeah, these are our major customers right now. And also we have a SaaS integrator, which has a finance platform for SMBs mainly, who's selling our keys through their customers to identify on their SaaS platform. So to many enterprises.
How are you making contact with your customers to get these sales?
So currently we're going direct sales to large groups, and we're building partnerships with retailers as well for SMBs.
Who on your team has the type of contacts that can make these calls? Are you just doing cold calls?
Well, first of all, we're getting known on the trade shows, so we have lots of contacts from trade shows, and then also we're on social networks such as LinkedIn. So we have lots of contacts actually, and since the passwords burden is pretty much widespread, then it's really easy to pitch.
How fast do you expect to get the unit price down? It seems kind of expensive to me, given that big companies have lots and lots of employees, and employees lose things. And to be honest, I've heard competitors fairly similar at much lower prices. So my question would be, if you're much higher priced, why not raise a whole bunch of money and essentially buy some market?
Well, first of all, so our target is to reduce by half the cost of the key by increasing the production. So so I think we could be around like $50 pretty soon. And I think at $50 price point is actually cheaper than most of the password managers subscription. And so I think and if you take even FIDO keys, they're usually between $50 and $100. So I don't think we're that expensive actually.
Well, you are at 200.
No, 100. Well, currently we're selling at 100.
Oh, I thought you said 200. Okay.
No, 100. So I think we're in the right ballpark from our competitors. And again, I mean, you can use it on any application, any website, to secure any account. So I think it's much more widespread than other solutions.
Yeah. Anybody else want to fire a question?
Marco Lessie, be honest. I just wanted to say great job on the presentation.
Thank you.
I was going to ask the same question, I think, that someone else asked, which is your channels to potential customers. And I'm thinking about this from like a, customer base, like national labs or groups that already have some like RFID badge in, but being able to allow their employees to have their password management as well as like access to labs and locked spaces. That could be really interesting, but just in terms of how you're making contact with those people.
Well, again, I mean, we're going through CISO and also from the security persons, I guess, in enterprises. So yeah, usually it's two different parts, but it's more and more it's getting more integrated. So I think, yeah, we have a convergence project between physical access and IT access, which is rare right now. But I think more and more, both physical access and IT access are going to be bound, and that's what we're. I think the Keopass keys has a good future because you can use it as a biometric badge, as for physical access as well as for password replacements.
Yeah. Do you have any challenges with the length of the sales cycle for some of those big bulk purchase customers?
So sorry, I didn't catch your question.
Like if you're selling into like a government or big big facilities, the sales cycle can be pretty long to have them make decisions. Is that something that you've encountered, and maybe how are you adapting to that? Yes,
well, usually it takes multiple phases. So first we do like POCs, with large groups, and then they extend the reach to VIP, to administrators, all people that have specific privilege, access privilege, and then they extend the key to larger populations. So indeed it takes time. Yeah, it takes time, but I think we can do that. We can replicate that for lots of companies.
Building channels should be probably the next conversation. How you build channels on that, and how you reduce the sales cycle. I have to cut you because we're already at 19 minutes, so we're very generous with everyone. Thank you for the great presentation. You know where to reach everyone, or you can ask us. And everyone, please put your score on your Google Sheet. Let's go to the next presentation. So Frank is also an interesting one. And they presented at South by Southwest. We wanted them to present